Hey y'all, I know it's been a while since I got in here and did a video. I am driving, I'm about to go shopping and run errands with my grandmother, so I'm going towards her house. But I just want to tell you guys this, I don't know, I just wanted to talk. Stop letting people break you and stop staying in that funk. Seriously, you guys, it's like you gotta stop putting it in your mind that you're the black sheep. You gotta stop putting it in your mind that you're always the person who gets left, cheated on, broken up with. Everybody is gonna leave eventually. It doesn't matter what you've been through. You know, I know everybody has their own traumas and their past and everything, but this is now. This is today. You gotta disassociate yourself from your childhood, right? You gotta heal from that. And stop trying to put yourself in this box. Stop trying to limit yourself into this box that, you bad luck, or you don't have good luck, or you don't have good things that happen to you. Stop shutting things down before good things even have a chance to come to you. And I'm speaking this from all experience. Like, I used to be that girl, this always happened to me. Oh, I can't never, keep anybody in my life. Oh, they leave regardless. Listen, baby, when you start in, the people who you deal with is a reflection of how you feel about yourself, right? We have to increase our self-love and our self-worth just so we can attract other people around us. Number one, it makes us feel good, first and foremost. We do it for us. But number two, if we want to attract people around us with a like mindset, we can't, okay, if you don't love yourself, right? And then you call yourself trying to date, the boyfriend or the girlfriend you date ain't going to be too much of nothing. They're going to be a reflection of how you feel about yourself. Your spouse is a reflection of that. Raising your children, whether you give them a healthy childhood or a backstory, it's a reflection of how you feel about yourself, how you treat yourself, how you treat them, how you are around the household. You can feel like you do everything. Can we talk? Or y'all want me to pull over? Like, y'all want me to get off the video and keep driving? Or what we doing? Listen. And this is specifically for my ladies too, but fellas as well. Just because you feel like you moved through hell and high water to take care of your children, financially, physically, all that, you're doing it by yourself, independent, I get it. That's not enough if mama ain't happy. It's not enough if you keep them bills paid, food on the table and stuff like that, but you moping around, breaking everybody's mood, always talking about how you so broke, always talking about how mama's so unlucky, always talking about how all these things happen to mama. You see, look what I did for you guys. Mom made it happen. Look, guys, I don't never get anything, but I'm giving it to you. Stop making your children feel bad for giving them the basic necessities that is your job as a parent. And the same thing for fathers. Stop rubbing it in your child's face that you pay child support. Ooh, are y'all ready for that conversation? For real. Stop doing it. Y'all, I'm trying to tell you, if they see the parents bitter and bickering back and forth, it's not giving the children a healthy environment. I don't care how much on top of your P's and Q's you think you are. If you're not cordial with your co-parent, your child sees all of that. And it's a reflection of how they can possibly treat their co-parent in the future. And we want their co-parent to be a husband or a wife, right? But it's hard when they see mama and daddy going at it. They think that's normal, right? And to be honest, if mama or daddy love themselves, I get first and foremost that people switch up. People switch up every day. Somebody might be perfect, then later on, a few years down the line or whatever, they completely do a 180. I get it. But at the same token, a lot of us, myself included, when we produce with these people and we have children by these people, it's a reflection of the way we loved ourselves or the lack of self-love at that time during conception. I didn't love, listen, because I'm finna get deep. I didn't love myself deep enough during the time of conception, and I didn't love the co-parent deep enough during the time of conception. I was infatuated, right? I was sprung. I was, this and that. But My mindset now at 30, it wouldn't cut it. That's the thing about self-love. When you really love yourself, you're not a pick me. You're not trying to try so hard to get chosen and picked by somebody. You love yourself so much you wouldn't even pick the people who rejected you. Come on, somebody, okay? You wouldn't even pick the people that rejected you. Like, if you had to do this whole thing over again, I don't care if it's family, friends, exes, you would not pick those people who rejected you, who make it you feel like you're problematic in their lives, who make it you feel like you hinder them some type of way. You would not pick them people over if you just met them today. You ain't even got to know how a story gonna fold out. Just if you met their personality and you see their reflection of their own self-love today. And I'm not trying to put it like anybody is better than anybody, but it's a lot of traits and qualities that you possess that you know are different from the people that you dealt with, or you know that are different from the average human being that you come across within your environment, within your community, right? It's the truth. If you live in the middle of the hood, let's be real. Sometimes you gotta venture out if you want to date, or sometimes you have to be a little bit more picky when it comes to the dating pool. You gotta fish. Some fish you gotta throw back. Come on, sis. I'm talking to somebody. Some fish you gotta throw back, bro. Like everything. Some fish you gotta throw back. I can't do it. I have my non-negotiables. That's what I suggest you guys do. Write a list, right, of everything you want. You're not gonna find the perfect person. Nobody is perfect. But highlight or put at the top of your list the non-negotiables. For me personally, my non-negotiables are: you cannot smoke. That is so unattractive to me. I don't smoke. I'm not a smoker, never been a smoker. You cannot smoke. That is a non-negotiable for me. You can't have saggy pants. You can't be no thug. That is a non-negotiable for me. You have to be articulate with your words. You can't, I'm saying shit. I'm just saying shit. I don't even. I need to understand, like, we need to have intellectual conversations. Like, you ain't gotta be super proper type stuff, but I at least need to see that you know how to, get a job, go to a job interview and talk to somebody without repeating yourself and using a lot of urban slang. Like, it's cool. I use slang, period, all that. But I turn it off and on. When I go to the job interview, I'm not going to use certain words. You cannot obsessively curse. I'm not trying to control a person. I understand sometimes we slip up, but people who say a curse word every other word in every sentence is just so unattractive to me. That's a non-negotiable. I'm trying to raise a king and a queen at home, a future king and a queen, my prince and princess right now. I have to lead by example. I have to show my son, if I start dating, right? I have to show my son the type of man that is a proper way to become. And I have to show my daughter the type of man who is a proper candidate to date, to marry. So mom has to lead by example. I can't be bringing home a thug, a guy who cussing all the time, a guy who's destroying everything, all the structure and the foundation that I work so hard to build up for my children. And I'm not going to adjust myself around his habits if I know that's not natural for me. It makes everybody in the house uncomfortable. I just can't. I really just can't. It's a lot of non-negotiables for me. And once you're in your single walk for so long, you realize how much these jokers do not impress you, boo. Like, you realize how much you're not willing to settle for a guy who really isn't on your caliber, who really isn't, your first pick, your choice. I'm sorry, I had a phone call. That was my best friend. But yeah, you start to get a little bit pickier, and that is not a bad thing at all. Don't settle for less. Don't just settle for somebody because they live in your neighborhood. Don't do it. And another thing, when you start focusing on yourself and having more self-love, you have more time. You don't try to obsess over that person to the point where you got to be around that person day and night. You have time for yourself. You go to the gym. You go to bingo. You go to art class. You go to paint and sips. You know, you ain't got to evolve everything around your man, around your friends. You get to have your own peace and privacy, respectfully. And you get to shut it down when another person wants to control your time 24/7. Because if you realize this, let's talk about this. Yes, I am going to be a little bit gender-based right here. If you noticed, a man typically, he has that self-love to the point where, baby, if he gonna do something, he ain't gotta be all up on you 24/7. Like, he could still go out with the guys and not take a second thought about it. Oh, let me try to see if they got something going on first. Like, he will still, do him without really considering what you got going on for the day, because it's his day. He ain't trying to be wrapped up with you all day long. Like, every day he's happy to have that break and relief to go out with the guys, to go do something. A guy will sit on the video game because it makes him happy, for 3-4 hours straight, and not be on the phone with you for 3 hours, 4 hours straight. Now, do not get that confused, because I'm not talking about inconsistency. Don't just ghost me because you're doing what you want to do and you're acting like as if I'm invisible. All I'm saying is healthy space and a boundary. He still puts his self-love first in doing the things that he loves to do while incorporating you into his life at the same time. He not cheating on you. He not playing no games. But at the same time, he understands logically he has his own life to live. It doesn't revolve around you, but he loves you and he incorporates you and he's prioritizing you as far as giving you the love and affection and attention you need. But he's also put himself on that pedestal above you. And that's how it should be, right? Think about it like ladder steps, a pedestal. You got to climb up to get to the top, right? He still got you on there. You're a high priority, but he loves himself more. That's how it got to be. So look, if you love me more than you love yourself, that's a problem. I can't even kick it with you. I just can't. But look though, at the same token, us as women, we have to be careful, because a lot of those guys who prioritize their time and their self-love, they will shut us out from our friends and family, right? Stop us from going out. If you want to go out to the bar, grill, with your girls, have mimosas, whatever the case is, he will shut all that down for you. Oh, what you wearing, checking you, this and that. Okay, let's get on the topic of what you wearing real quick. I feel like as long as the person did not switch it up, especially, I'm going to put it in that case. What I'm wearing now is what you meant me wearing. And this is my style. You have to trust me to just be the woman that you know, the woman that you met. Whether that's a good thing or bad thing, we cannot control each other. And that ties into the other thing about him not wanting you to go out with your friends and stuff. Our self-worth and self-esteem have to be so high that's a non-negotiable. Like, I gotta have me time. Don't let him make you feel bad for getting your hair and your nails done because he feel like you don't need all that. But when he met you, you was like that. But he don't want you looking good and other men find you appealing. So he try to granny you down. Don't let no man do that to you, period. Don't fall into that trap. Fellas, same thing. If she try to talk you in, oh, you don't need your hair cut, oh, just let it grow out. She wants you looking rough and scruffy. Now, if you're insecure, that's one thing, and your spouse is trying to cheer you up. But if they're literally trying to talk you into it, and it's making you feel uncomfortable, you feeling like a bum or whatever the case is, y'all need to have a serious conversation, and you ultimately might have to leave, because that's another form of jealousy, and that's dangerous. I had an ex before who, whenever I get spruced up and I look nice, even if I was going to the gas station or to the grocery store or something like that, he would jump all down my throat. Like, who you doing that for? What you putting on makeup for? Like, dang, I couldn't even put on eyeliner and do my little eyebrows. He could accuse me of, y'all, you trying to look good for them dudes out there. Da, 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 da. This is how you met me. I was doing makeup. I had lost myself, y'all. But whenever I looked at rough and scruffy, he was, I'm trying to go around this truck because they just stopped. Oh. Whenever I looked at rough and scruffy, he was cheering me on. Oh, you look beautiful, babe. Come in and give me a kiss. Good morning. You look beautiful. You finna go to the store. He really psychologically mind effed me to make me feel like I looked beautiful when I looked like an absolute bum and I was uncomfortable. I'm talking about hair matted, wild, just probably throwing on a wig to go outside because that's how bad my hair was matted. And the wig not even wigging, okay? And he tried to make me feel like I was so beautiful. But whenever I put in effort into my appearance, my clothes, y'all, I used to get granny clothes, used to cover up. He made it seem like, no, seriously, y'all, I used to get grandma type clothes. I thought I was comfortable. In my mind, I already got my man. I don't care if nobody looking for me, checking for me. It's not about a man or a woman. It's about making yourself feel good. And he did not, approve of me making myself feel good in a way. And that's crazy. And don't let nobody make you feel like that, period. Don't let nobody trick you into not looking your best like you want to, just so it can make them, their own insecurities of you possibly moving forward and finding somebody better. That is manipulation. Do not fall for that. Don't. And ladies, we got to have enough self-love to do what we want to do. We cannot control each other. We cannot control these dudes. These dudes cannot control us. If somebody gonna want to cheat on you, they ain't gonna do it anyway. You just gotta love yourself. It starts with you, baby. You gotta love yourself enough to let that person go. Leave them alone. Be done. Stop giving them chances. Like, looking back, me being 30, looking back to the younger me, oh, you cheat on me. Oh, can we go to counseling? I'm dating these sucker. Like, we ain't even married. Like, I don't, listen. Even if we were married, because I've been through that situation too. I love myself too much to let you disrespect me like that. It's not only about disrespecting me as your wife, the mother of your child, your girl, whatever the case is. It's not just about disrespecting me by being with another woman, which is the ultimate disrespect. But it's also, you compromised my health. And that's something I don't play with. You thought so low of me and so high of this other woman that she could have had something that you can't get rid of. You risked it and you potentially brought it back to me. You didn't even weigh that option. Baby, I could never be a cheater. I'm too scared of diseases to be jumping from frog to frog, kissing other frogs. I can't do it. I just can't. Psychologically, I can't do it. It ain't even about how a man makes me feel. And that's when you get your self-love. If somebody makes you feel so bad, y'all need counseling. You need to leave. Straight out. But this cheating, going to another person, that ain't gonna work. People carry diseases. Like, a lot of people don't love themselves. To be honest, I love myself too much to even entertain a man and sleep with a man knowing he got another girl. I love myself too much to even entertain a man and sleep with a man not knowing if he got another girl. We gonna be locked in before that even happens, to the point where I know for a fact if you single or if you not. I know for a fact if you was already locked in with somebody, or if you for real just feeling me. See, y'all gave it away to people too easily and too quickly. And then your feelings end up getting hurt. And then you feel like you in love by month 3. And he got a whole fam bam. Him and his girl on a break. Right? A lot of people, we jump in relationships and we don't pay attention to the red flags of if they were already, fresh out of a relationship, or pay attention. And somebody be like, nah, I ain't been with nobody in 2 years. My longest relationship, to be honest, I ain't really had many long relationships, or I ain't been in a relationship in 10 years. And the last time I, slept with somebody, probably like 3 months ago, pay attention to the red flags, baby. It shows no commitment, lack of commitment. It shows where their self-love level is to sleep with people and not be in any form of committed relationship. If you just slept with somebody 3 months ago, as they say, 3 months, right? But your last relationship was 10 years ago, 2 years ago. You mean to tell me you just smashing people, right? It matters, because what do you think you're going to be considered? Do you really think people go, like some people do, don't get me wrong, but the average person, the average people don't go into this whole situationships, friends with benefits, already agreeing, hey, you just a smash, you know what it is. Nah, he telling you the same lie. He making her feel like she has potential to be his girl, to be his woman. Right? The same way he giving to you. Y'all gonna go on a couple dates. Y'all gonna kick it. He gonna blow up your phone. He gonna prioritize you for the minute. But unless that boundary gets established and that conversation is had of, I want you to be my woman. Don't assume nothing. Stop doing that. Stop just assuming that you somebody girl and they ain't made that clear yet, because you gonna get your feelings hurt. And he gonna end up telling you that ain't what he looking for right now. And see, I know we shouldn't even started this, because now you getting your feelings, and a man will sleep with you, take you out, blow money on you. Don't let none of that fool you, like, oh, well, he's spending money on me. I know he ain't doing this for nobody else. Ma'am, he's paying for services. You might as well just say he wine and dining you by getting the milk and cookies for free. Why buy the cow? He's wine and dining you, but do not take that as a sign that is your man. Don't take, unless he had that conversation. That's why you shouldn't even sleep with anybody. Y'all need to get that established first before any type of intimacy happens. Because what happens is, if you don't sleep with nobody yet, right, and you find out that he done plays you and that was his intentions all along, I promise you take it with a grain of salt, because it's like, at least I didn't give you my body. It's like a trophy. It's like you feel good about yourself to know that you weren't dumb enough to fall for it. But once you start sleeping with somebody and then you find out that they got other girls or other lifestyle, and you didn't know them well enough to know that their habits and their routines, you're gonna feel some type of way, because you done already been giving them your body. So you feel trauma bond already building, and it's hard to break that. And then you obsessed and crazy over somebody you only been with for 3 to 6 months. And that's crazy. And it's going to take you maybe a year and a half or two to get over that person, which is crazy. But I mean, we human, you get attached. That's why you got to guard yourself, protect yourself, and really just go with the flow. Go into this knowing that you don't own a person. Go into this knowing that it is what it is. Anything can happen. I'm just going to do my end. I'm going to focus on myself too. I'm going to make this person feel loved and appreciated. But I'm going to focus on myself and continue to work on myself during this relationship. I'm not going to leave all that responsibility on him to make me feel good. I got to make me feel good too. Right? We gotta pour into each other, but I always make sure I pour myself a little bit more. You get it? That's all the time I got for y'all today. I pulled up in my granny house. We finna go shopping and everything. Be sure to like, share, comment, subscribe. I hope you guys enjoyed this video, and I'll speak to you guys on the next one. Love you. Bye.